Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah. This is Read Between the Stitches, where I talk about cross stitching and a little bit of reading. I'm going to try to get better about that. I haven't been on in quite a while. We'll get into a life update at the end of the video. Just really the summary is just life happened. I had a bunch of things going on, and cross stitching really wasn't taking a priority. I wasn't getting a lot of progress done on my whips, and I really was not motivated to do any cross stitching or filming. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. It is my favorite time of the year, fall. I love fall. If you're new here, I live in South Texas, where it is never fall. Even in the middle of November, we have 80-degree weather. It is quite annoying. But September 1st, I try to get on my fall stuff out and decorate. I just start wearing my Halloween outfits. My best friend teases me about this outfit, but we're not going to talk about that. And I just kind of will it into existence, the cool weather. It never happens, but that doesn't mean that I can't try. So this season, I thought it would be kind of fun to do a Halloween kind of activity festival of cross stitching. So I decided to start some projects, some Halloween projects, and only work on them and my current Halloween whips for the month of September and October. So I bought the Just Cross Stitch magazine, which I'll post a picture of here. I bought it at Barnes & Noble a couple of weeks ago, and I saw some patterns in there I really liked. So I was like, you know what? It kind of gave me this idea. I already had some in stash that I needed to get some progress on. So I was like, you know what? I'll film, try to get back in the swing of things. And then I will start in September, like first week, and then I will update y'all progress. Hopefully, fingers crossed, on Halloween or the day before. I do have a fixing to be 6-year-old. His birthday is next week, so we will be trick-or-treating for sure. So hopefully the day before or the day after Halloween, I will get an update of what my progress looks like on those 6 whips. So we're gonna start with 2 of the whips that I already had in stash. I do not have very much progress on any of them. So it's kind of exciting to see how far that I'll get. So the first one is going to be the Haunted House by Satsuma Street. This was her stitch along last Halloween, I believe. I absolutely loved it. Here is a picture of it. I love and this is completed because the sale is over. I love it. I think it's super cute. All the monsters, the bright colors. It is just like definitely my cup of tea. I just think it's so fun. And this is where I'm at. And this is stitched on a 22 count Ada by Bestitch Me in the color of Macchiato, and it is stitched with all the called for colors. So that's where I'm sitting at. Super cute. And there was an option to do the white and glow in the dark thread, and I am 100% doing that. So I bought some glow in the dark thread, so I'll get that little skeleton man stitched in and you will be able to see it. So I think I'm going to go across and down and then build my way up in the house. That's not how it was released, I don't think, but that's what I'm going to try to do. And it's stitched 1/1. So that's my progress. I really like it. So that's my first whip. My son just walked in. Do you want to say hi? Hi. Okay. You're just nosy like his mom. Okay, so my next whip, now you're distracting me. It's going to be let's see, I forget what they're called. All Souls Verladen, and it is by Qualitatively Designs. I can't say that. So this is what it looks like. This is a chart that I bought off Etsy. I went to my local needlework shop in Houston. Let's see, when was it? Like I say, a couple months, but gosh, this year has flown by. Probably in March. And they had this fabric, and I showed it in my last whip as stash, or as a haul, and it's ugly, guys. Okay, like I know it's ugly. I get it. I posted it, I think, on like my Facebook or something with my family Facebook, and they were like, "Ooh, that's gross. It looks like an oil rag." And that's the point. So this is the fabric. Ew. And this is my start. I had to see what way it goes. So my idea with this is I have a variegated floss by DMC. It is the color, oh no, oh here it is. The color 4522, and it has some oranges, some grays, some browns, purples, and it looks just like Halloween. So I'm going to stitch some of them, the DMC that's in this variegated thread, and then also the variegated thread. That way it kind of ties it all together. I love this piece. I think it's going to look amazing when it's done. It's going to be a really, really good Halloween piece. And I have like that thread I was working on. Oh, that's backwards. And I was thinking about like just stitching the border and doing the border and just seeing like how much I have left or whatever of the fabric, because y'all, like, I get it. It's gross looking. It looks like dirty, but it looks spooky also. And that is the vibe that I was going with this piece. And this is stitched, oh no, I think I took the tag off, but it does look like an 18 count Aida. I do not know who the dyer is. Let me see if it's in here. No. So it looks like an 18 count Aida that I got at my local LMS. This looks like, I don't even know, it looks gross. It looks like it's molded. All right, so my next whip, I say it's a whip, it's technically a new start. So my idea was to film this in August, like the very end of August, where I would have all my whips ready, but life. So I didn't get to film exactly when I wanted to, but I did really want to start this. I am in love with my combination. It's not that big of a deal, but I'm in love with it. So this pattern came from Just Cross Stitch magazine, and it is this one, and I'll put the name down below too, and it is called the Dream Weaver Witch. So this is what it's going to look like when it's done, and I am stitching this on a 22 count fabric by Be Stitch Me in the color Jack-o'-lantern, and this is how far I've gotten. And that's the fabric. And it's still in my Q snap because I have been working on it. But I really, really, really like this. I really like this. It's turning out super cool. I follow Cam the Stitcher. She's here on FlossTube. I know she's like super popular. But she did a wood, like what's it called? Like a wood grain cross stitch, a couple of them. And they turned out super cool looking. Like I would have never expected it to look like that. Hopefully mine starts to look kind of similar, but I really like it. It's very Halloween-y. And like I said, I just couldn't wait to start this. Like I was like, I have to start it. And I started this on September 1st. And that's my progress. Okay, and I'm stitching it just with black, just the 310 on that Be Stitch Me Aida. So my next 3 whips are unstarted. I plan on starting them at some time in the past, or the next 3 months. So this is, it is called Hallows Eve Sampler by Tracy Richards of Wrought Iron Stitching. I'm gonna try to like hide the, so this is what it's gonna look like. Super cute. It's just like a little October sampler. It's very little. It's only 65 by 65. So I'm going to do the DMC conversion, and I'm just going to do it on this, looks like 18 count natural Aida. So that's that. So I'm gonna start, I'll say that, I guess I need to like kit it up. And I'm gonna start it sometime within the next 2 months. So that's exciting. And I think I'm gonna make it into a pillow. I've never made a pillow before. I mean, it's very small. So I think I'm gonna make it a pillow where it can just like sit somewhere. Hopefully, if you've been here, my mom is the sewer, so hopefully she can help me with that pillow and it won't be too difficult. I don't know, I don't sew. So, excuse me, this I do not have the Aida for, but I'm just gonna go white. When I saw this little guy Y'all, I fell in love. He is super cute. He looks very friendly. I'm trying not to show the pattern, but he is the free hugs guy. So this was in Just Cross Stitch magazine as well for 2025, the Halloween edition, and he was just like too cute. Like, who doesn't love that? Who needs hugs from death? I mean, nobody, but at the same time is so cute. So I'm gonna do him as a pillow as well. The October one is really like fall vibe, so I'll put that in a different location than this little Halloween guy. He's so cute. And he's just gonna be stitch called for, just on white Aida. And y'all, I have so many scraps of fabric in different colors and different counts, and I don't have like a 14 count white Aida. So I have to go to Hobby Lobby and get that. But like, who doesn't have that? Me. The last whip that I'm going to try to start is called Ghost Walk, and it's by Sunny Loftstorn of the Tiny Three Owls. And he's so cute. He's walking his puppy dog, and he's a ghost, and he has a ghost puppy dog. And this is what it's gonna look like. And it's little too. It's only a 70 by 70. I'm stitching this just on regular, like neutral, natural Aida, and it looks to be a 14 count. So I will start him as well. So we will see how far we get in all this. I won't be posting any updates until around Halloween, just because it's just super busy this time of year. It's my birthday here in a couple weeks. It's my son's birthday party this weekend, and then he turns 6 next Wednesday. So it's just kind of crazy, as all of you that have kids and have had kids and know it, you know, the holidays are coming up and we're gearing up for them. So I will be posting at the end of October. I'm very excited to see where I get. I have one of my friends that was like, oh, you're gonna finish them. And I'm like, no, that's not how this works. I will try to finish at least one, maybe my free hugs friend. But it's just fun kind of getting in the spirit of Halloween, of fall, and really trying to like relax. And maybe I'll get on a cup of cider, or I'll put on some spooky music. I'm not a spooky movie person. I'm a scaredy cat. So I'll be just listening to spooky music, or Harry Potter, or the Sanderson sisters, Hocus Pocus, something like that scary. That is probably my limit. So I can't wait. You know, I will set the air conditioner down to 50 for my cross stitching time, and pretend I have the windows open when it's really 87 degrees outside, and maybe put some fall leaves on my TV, because we don't have that either in Texas. It's either green leaves or no leaves. So I'm excited. So we shall see where that takes me and us on this journey. If you would like to follow along, I would love to know what you're stitching on for the month of September and October. It's super fun to see everybody, even if you don't celebrate Halloween, everyone's stitching for fall and starting to really think about their Christmas. A lot of sales are going on. So it's just like a really exciting time in like the stitching world to me, just to see what's all out there and what everyone is stitching on. So that is it for stitching time. It was kind of fast and rushed and unorganized, but that is just me right now. I've kind of embraced this part of my life. Usually I'm a planner. I write everything down. I am like strict and follow and, you know, have lists, and I haven't been really driving with that here lately. So I've been trying to find it what works for me. So that is why today was a little sporadic. Next October, or not next October, but next filming, it will be a little bit more organized. But yeah, it is what it is. You know, it's not perfect. Life is not perfect. So talking about life, we're gonna get into a little bit of a life update, just to let all of my beautiful, wonderful subscribers know what's been going on. Because I have had like 2 people reach out and like, hey, you know, we missed you. We haven't seen you post in a long time. And I was like, yeah, I really enjoy it. I really love interacting with the cross stitch community. I've even thought about joining a event online, like Lindy Stitches events, like not a conference, but like I don't know what I'm talking about. Not a conference. Y'all know. And getting to know people, and maybe meeting some people in my area, which is like Houston, and kind of going to meets. But I just haven't yet, but it is in my plans and my goals to attend one of online event. And maybe, I know, like, like I said, I live near Houston, and I know that like the Friendswood area has like a stitching group, and I'm part of it on Facebook, but I haven't like been in person. So maybe like I need to start there and, you know, move up or move around and see what they have or whatever. I also want to get into like swaps and stuff. I think that's so cool. So I do need to look into that as well. But yeah, I just really enjoy like the community of it, getting ideas from each other and bouncing ideas off. And I really feel like, you know, an artist kind of, like, I'm not, but I do feel like talking about the fabric choices and the threads choices and all that stuff. It's really fun. Like, some people, I would have never thought that would have looked good together, and then they finish their cross stitch and it's amazing. So I'm excited to really try to get more into the life of cross stitch than I am right now. So, but I appreciate all y'all for being here and for commenting. Like, I love reading comments and just really interacting with people. It is my probably favorite part of all this. So thank you so much for being here and being patient with me. So to start off the year, my dad he was diagnosed 2 years ago with stage 4 kidney cancer. He fought very, very hard. I'm very proud of him. He went through some very hard times. And he ended up passing away the week before Father's Day in June. It was very, very hard on our family. It was very hard on me. It was very hard on my son, as anyone can expect. I miss him terribly, and today is actually his birthday. So shout out, happy birthday, Dad. This past weekend, his favorite meal was biscuits and gravy. So I had some biscuits and gravy, and he loved Irish coffee, so I made sure to have one of those. So yeah, so that was kind of like the start of life happening. It's hard losing a parent. It's my first one, I guess. I don't know if that's a flex, but it's my first parent to lose. I'm lucky enough to have a stepdad who raised me, and my mother and my stepmom are still around. So I still have a good support system, and my son has great grandparents. So we do have that support, which I'm thankful for. But it does not take away the fact that I miss my dad. So that is the first thing. Then pretty quick after that, I got the flu and COVID and strep throat all at the same time. It was wonderful. It was so fun around here. So I ended up going to the ER, I think twice, just to get like antibiotics. Because, like, you know, when you're sick, it gets worse at night. So it's like I couldn't get into the doctor. It was the weekend or whatever. So I went to the ER twice. I got a shot of steroids. I got antibiotics. I ended up being sick for like 2 weeks. 2 or 3 weeks, and it was just horrible, and it really knocked me out. It made me weak. It took away my appetite for a long time. I just couldn't really get back in the groove of things. So that happened right after Dad died. Then I think at the tail end of my sickness, we got a new person at work that I helped train. So I was training, I was working late, trying to get my stuff done and train her. Work has been insane. If you don't know, work in law enforcement in a jail. So we get people coming in our jail all the time, getting booked in, booked out, and I process all that paperwork as well as court paperwork, people that go to court. And it was just like a lot. Like, it was busy. So that happened, kind of took precedence. I was working on weekends. Anyway, then I did a 5K, ran a 5K with one of my best friends from work, and I think it was Saturday, the last Saturday in July, I did a 5K. And the next day I was like, I'm really sore. Like, I ran it Saturday, and Sunday I was like, man, I'm super sore. Like, I don't think I've ever ran that fast, or not fast, dear Jesus, not fast, that long. And I was really, really sore. And I was like, okay, well, I'm just stay. Which was Monday, I went to work, and I was like, I told all my friends, I was good, guys, like, I did so good in that 5K because I'm sore. Like, I really worked out some muscles. And, you know, they laughed, whatever, went about my day. Tuesday, excuse me, I was still sore, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I think I pulled something. That's when I went, okay, I pulled something, like, because it hurts way too bad just to be sore. And then Wednesday I called into work because it was so painful. I ended up calling my mom. I was telling her, she said, take some ibuprofen. So I took ibuprofen. It did help. It did go away for a couple hours. But when it came back, it was full force. Oh, sorry, I have a tickle in my throat. So I went to the ER Thursday morning, and I told them my symptoms. They did a CT scan. They took some tests. They did some tests, and it came back that I had an infection in my intestines. So at first they didn't know if my intestines was aggravating my appendix, or if my appendix was aggravating my intestines. So they admitted me into the hospital. They started giving me rounds of antibiotic, and they said if the antibiotic worked, it was my intestines. If the antibiotic didn't work, it was my appendix, and they had to take it out. So I stayed in the hospital for 5 days. It ended up being my intestines that was infected. So the antibiotics worked, and I have a follow-up scheduled next Wednesday. So hopefully they can go in and see what's going on. I have a nurse. One of my cousins is a nurse, and she swears that I have diverticulitis, but I have no idea. So hopefully I say hopefully, I mean, I don't know how that is, but that's the worst case. If that's the worst case scenario, I'll take it. So that is what happened. That was in August, like the first week of August is when I was in the hospital. Then my Cutler, this Jim, started kindergarten. So that was exciting around here, seeing him just really excel in school and in friendships, and being social and being polite and getting compliments on his behavior has really been amazing. Just to see him kind of come into his own person. I can't wait to see him go through school. He makes me proud every day. And so that was exciting. He also started football. Before that, I think around the time I was hospitalized, he started football. So that has been an adventure. Baseball, he plays t-ball, and that came more naturally to him. Football has been a challenge, but I'm proud of him. He's never given up. He's wanted to, but he has never given up. He tries hard every day. So we are playing football right now and in kindergarten. It's fun. And now, recently, within the past 2 weeks, we got another trainee at work that I am training. So that's taking precedence in my work life. So trying to get her trained and getting all of my stuff done is fun. So that's kind of all the life updates. Like I said, it's been crazy. And you know how time goes. You know, I'm like, oh, once I get here, I'm going to do this. Or, you know, once it gets July, then I'll do this. And then July comes, and then August comes, and you're like, oh, wait, I was supposed to do this in July. So yeah, I'm going to try to get better about posting, but I'm not promising anything, let's be honest, because who knows what life is going to throw at you. If I learned anything this year, it's that. You know, you just never know. I could be in the hospital next week. I could, whatever. But I just want you guys to know that I do enjoy filming. I do enjoy sharing my whips and my progress with y'all. I can't wait for my end of the year whip parade, which is going to be just like my beginning of the year whip parade, because I have no progress because I haven't been stitching. But just to get on here and chit chat and kind of like make some decisions about the projects I have going on should be fun. I do have a couple, I think 2 starts for sure, one in November and one in December I'm starting, but that's really it. I don't have any planned, but we'll see. You know how that goes. Like us cross stitchers are like no more, and then go on to start like 20. But anyways, I'm gonna get off here. It is 6:51. Supper is fixing to be by any moment. I need to feed him, and then I need to go get my husband from work and edit this video so I can upload it, so I can hear and see all y'all's beautiful comments and faces and likes. And I will see y'all at the end of October. Happy Halloween.